Alright, so my name's Denzel, and hold on. I'm here to help y'all with Navy boot camp. Now, throughout this video, it's gonna be long, and I'm gonna explain each part of boot camp so that when you go to boot camp, you'll know what to do, and you'll be one part like ahead of the game and whatnot. There's a lot of YouTube videos that I've seen that helped me get through boot camp, and so I'm like, why not try to help people get through boot camp? It's a very it's a very great experience. It has its bad things and its good things. Everybody says this, but when you go to the hotel from MEPS, from MEPS, you need to sleep. There's no trying to befriend people, none of that shit. You need to sleep because the first day you get there, you will not sleep for 48 hours. It is true. Like, I thought they were bullshitting, but you will not sleep for 48 fucking hours, and then you'll have to be doing all this uniform issue. Okay, first, first thing you get to the airport. Eat the meal ticket they give you or the check. Eat before you go meet the petty officers or the chiefs at the airport. Because if you don't eat before you get there, you're shit out of luck until you eat at Great Lakes. Now it's a $25 meal ticket, which means you can only use it once. You can only use it once. And it's not, you can't make money out of it. So use use the meal ticket. Use it wisely, because once you use it, it's done. You can't use it anymore. You can only use it at one store. So the first tip to of this boot camp: stay the fuck up. The second tip is to eat. All right, you meet your petty officers. You're sitting in crisscross applesauce for like a good hour or two. Then you're gonna get on the bus. Do not sleep on that bus. There was a guy sleeping on the bus and he got chewed the fuck out. It was funny, but he got chewed the fuck out though. Don't sleep on the bus. They're gonna show you that raggedy ass Navy boot camp video, and you're gonna be like, oh my god, like the fuck I got myself into, or you won't even be conscious enough to really process it. So you're gonna get off the bus. Nobody's gonna yell at you until you get inside of it, which was kind of bad for me because I wanted to be bitched at, right when I got out, so I could feel the whole culture shock. Like, I felt some of it once going through the weeks of boot camp, but throughout it, I was like, okay, because I was used to getting yelled at. There were some girls and stuff who weren't used to getting yelled at, were crying in the P way and all that shit. So you get inside. They tell you to put your folder inside this like pile of other folders where everybody else is. Y'all stand in two lines. Y'all be facing each other. Y'all pull everything that y'all have out of your pockets, cell phones, all that. They'll say make your calls. You make your calls. It's roughly 10 seconds. It's a 10-second call. So you do that, and then after that you go to uniform issue, and you get your uniform items. If you go in the winter, you're gonna get a lot of winter shit. But if you go in the summer, it's way better because the ditty bag comes out your check. Everything in boot camp is not free. It seems free, but it comes out your first couple checks, which sucks. Cause like I know I'm an E3, and I know for being an E3, my first check was 546. Now it depends on like what state you live in and stuff like that would pay. But like your recruiters told you, if you're like an E1 or E2, recruit people into the into depth and try to get more people to what's it called, get into the Navy or have college credits. Because going in as an E3, that means I just have to wait 6 months to become an E4. So that gives me a little bit more leverage over the guy who's an E1 who has to wait 9 months each time just to get to my level. But that's why your recruiters tell you to know all this stuff. Learn your sailor's creed, learn your general orders, learn about military bearing, learn about your face movements, which is like your left face, right face, about face. and learn about marching. But the main things you need to learn before going to boot camp is your general orders, learn about the chain of command, learn about your sailor's creed, and for the hell of it, learn anchors away. It's a great little song and all that. Okay, so after uniform issue, you're gonna put everything that you came with in a bag that's gonna I mean in a bag but or in the box, and it's gonna go back home. Some people kept their cell phones with them. I advise you not to keep your cell phones because if you get caught, it's an automatic discharge, and that's a that's a that's 92 in the UCMJ, which is failure to obey an order. You can't have no electronics at boot camp. You're gonna be gone for 2 months. You can live without it. It's like never that serious. So just put just follow directions. That's just the only thing. After uniform issue, y'all gonna go in another room. You're gonna get your what's it called? They're gonna check your height, your weight, and what size shoe you wear on this little machine, which is bullshit because I got like a normal cushion. I felt like I need an extra cushion, but you're gonna get that checked, and then you're gonna sit and wait. That's the motto of this whole military thing. Hurry up and wait. It fucking sucks. But yeah, you're just gonna sit there and wait and wait and wait and wait. Then you're gonna meet your RDCs for processing, not your RDCs for your ship, because they're gonna sort people into divisions. So you're not you're just gonna go back, put your stuff down, and come back and do more other shit. The next thing we did was moment of truth. People on YouTube say not to stand up during the moment of truth. They're right. Do if you everything should have been taken care of before you even went to boot camp. If you had any charges, any misdemeanors, shit like that, any medical issues, that should have been said ahead of time. Don't let the paranoia of being awake for 48 hours fuck you over because you're scared of getting looked up. The moment of truth, it ain't shit. Cause there was a chief in front of me. I think it was actually a senior chief who was like standing right over me and saying, "Yeah, guy, I know you. Yeah, you got some shit on you. Is there anything you want to say out?" And I said, "No, senior chief. Everything that I did back then, I already disclosed it to MEPS and my recruiter. So I don't know what else I can say." And he's like, "Okay, recruit, but I'm just saying you better tell us everything." I'm like, "Senior chief, I told everything, so I don't know what you want me to do." And he just left me alone and went to another person. But they just really pick out people and be like, "Yo, I know that you do this and I know that you do that." They don't know. They if they knew that, your ass would not have been in boot camp or even got the chance to go to boot camp if you had some serious shit on your record, unless it got waived. So during the moment of truth, do not stand up. Please don't be that dumb person. Do not stand up. It's not fucking worth it. After moment of truth, you're also gonna do more things. Oh shit, I forgot. In the beginning, my bad. In the beginning, you do your analysis. For all you potheads and smokers and shit that like to smoke tree, do not smoke. Do not smoke before going. It's not worth it. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't. We had 3 discharges of people who smoked and they popped their into urinalysis. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Please don't be that guy. Anyway, I know I'm jumping around, but it's boot camp is like a blur to me right now. If you see, this is like my room barracks. This is A school in Mississippi, so in Meridian, because I'm LS. And if any of y'all LSs got any questions, I'll leave my contact info in the fucking what's it called information box or whatever. Y'all just email me your questions, and when I'm not in class, I'll answer them for you or whatnot. But anyway, after moment of truth and all that other shit, you'll be sorted into like little divisions and stuff. The group I was with, we were in a push division, which means we were on hold for a week, and we got to do everything quickly, quicklier, which one of the pay one of my RDCs said, "Move quickly, recruit." Yeah, it's a fucking word, you fucking asshole. Like, oh my bad. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't know quickly was a word, but okay. But yeah, you just you're sorted into groups. You learn how to stencil. You learn about the chain of command at RTC. You learn about everything that you need to get through boot camp. You learn about. This is the part where people start, getting broken down into, they get their first taste of being yelled at, their first taste of being singled out, first taste of being embarrassed. But the first 48 hours, you're just going to be issued a lot of things and stuff. Let's get to the juicy part of boot camp. First week is the first official training week is the main week. That's when you take your swim qual, and let's see, you take a swim qual, and like the next week you take the first academic test. The swim qual, learn how to swim. Please learn how to swim before you come. I'm begging you. Please, I beg you. Learn how to fucking swim. If you don't know how to swim, do not join the Navy. It's ironic. It's dumb. Just don't be that person. I joined the Navy and I thought, that swim qual wasn't shit. It took me 4 tries. 4 tries to get the swim qual because I was too scared of that tower. And the tower is not high. I just didn't know how to swim. And once I learned how to swim, they teach you how to swim. But if you don't learn how to swim, you're gonna keep getting ASMO. And what that ASMO means, they set you back in training for like a week or two. And you don't want to get set back if you have a plan to graduate. So with the swim qual, you jump off the tower and you have to swim from point A to point B, and it's a Olympic sized pool. It's an evolution trying to simulate a man overboard. So if you're ever in a man overboard situation, God forbids, you'll be well equipped because you have to swim like 200 250, I think, meters or yards. You have to swim far away from the ship because if the ship sinks, it's going to take you down with it. So that's why they make you swim so far. Now, they have you have to jump off and swim, and then they have prone. Most people I've seen in the NQS, which is non-qualified swimmer part, they're all African American. It fucking sucks. Like, it's all black people and like a couple Asians. Like, and it's so sad. Like, it's like, damn, like, I guess we're just mainly runners. I don't know, but like, nobody could really swim. But it only took me 4 tries. I've seen people who had 15 stamps of NQS or prone. And prone is just dead man's float. Doggy paddle, doggy paddle, that's it for that. And once you get through that, you'll get your third class. You can go for second class if you want to, but it's like, I feel like you shouldn't even go for that second class shit if you're not trying to be a SEAL or what's it called, or trying to do anything else. Like, if you're just trying to pass it, just be a third class swimmer. That's really it for the swim call. Okay, you have 3 academic tests in boot camp, and it's all over everything in your trainee guide that they issue you at uniform issue and shit. That trainee guide is your golden ticket for you to graduate. You have to pass all 3 academic tests. If you fail any of those academic tests twice, you get ASMO. And the first test, it was easy. It was just rank recognition, chain of command, fucking. It was U.S. Navy ships and aircraft, and UCMJ. They're gonna brief you on the UCMJ because it's very important to know what laws are in the military, because when you join the military, you're living a whole different lifestyle. You're not gonna be, what's it called, You're not gonna be a civilian anymore. Like you're gonna have to go through different customs. Like see my face, I had to be clean shaven all. You have to be clean shaven at boot camp all the time. I mean, here at A school you can grow a mustache, but every Friday is an inspection, so you gotta shave it all off. And with your hair, you can have a little fade and stuff, but this top it cannot go over 4 inches. The sides can't be over 2 inches, and it's better to just high top it if you want to have your hair, but this can't be over 4 inches. My trick is just to pat it down to keep it down. So that's with that. Now, each test is different for the academic side. Okay, males. Do not be looking at the females. If y'all in integrated divisions, there's two type of divisions. There's all male. I mean, okay, there's many type of divisions, but the mains are like all male slash all female or male slash female, which is integrated. People who get in trouble are in integrated divisions because they're always catching feelings with each other. This is boot camp. You're trying to fucking graduate. Excuse my French, but pussy and dick is not should not be on your mind when you in boot camp. Like you're not even gonna have to be worried about it because you're gonna have a chief or a petty officer in your face telling you you're a fucking shitbag and you're a sorry ass recruit and all this other stuff. Like why you don't need to worry about anybody unless it's like your girlfriend back home and stuff. Oh, which reminds me. Okay, mail call is like every day during the week. You only get to send out mail on Sundays. Now some people in the mailroom they're bitches because they'll be sending mail out every day and they get like this big ass stack of mail. And I'm like, how the fuck do you get that much mail in a fuck like that's not fucking fair. But it's whatever. The mail call thing taught me a lot about certain people. It made me choose my friends very wisely being back home. It'll show you who really cares about you and who doesn't. It'll show you who wants to talk to you and who don't. Like because our generation's so stuck on texting and shit and cell phones, nobody's real enough to pick up a pen and write somebody. But those mail calls are like it felt like it felt great when you hear like the blah 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 got mail, you got mail, you need to come and get your mail and shit like that. Like after a long day of being bitched at and shit, good to hear. You don't okay. You won't get your NWUs, which are these. You won't get these until your third week. Second week was still just getting to know everything. You'll learn more stuff. The third the fuck. I keep forgetting shit. Forgive me. I keep forgetting shit. Okay, you're also gonna have to do your first PFA. You do 3 PFAs while being at boot camp. The first one's your baseline. The second one's your RDC assessment. The third one's your final. The third one is the one you have to pass to graduate. For males 20 to 24, since I'm 21, we only have to do 47 crunches, 37 push-ups, and run the mile and a half in 13:30. That shit sounds easy, but for people who are like overweight, that shit's not easy. Like you have your shipmate telling you how many push-ups and sit-ups you do. If they're cool, they'll blue falcon that shit, which means they'll be like, yo, you did 88 push-ups. No, you only did 32, but really don't lie about that shit for real, because people get caught up in that shit and you'll get set back in training, aka ass mode. So my opinion on it, pass all your PFAs. Don't just bullshit one and then no bullshit both and then pass the final, because they do walk around when you're doing your push-ups and sit-ups and you're not doing them right, and they tap you on the shoulder and be like, yo, you done? You fail, and you fail your last PFA, you get asthma. Like everything, any serious shit you do, you get asthma. If you piss off your petty officer or your chief, they'll asthma you just for not following directions. But your first week, is your swim qual, your PFA. Second week is not really. You'll do your GI Bill brief, your banking brief, and some other shit. Third week, you'll get into like, I think fuck, what was the third week? Oh my god, what was the third week? Third week was like the for us, third week was the second academic test, and we got to go to the next and get some more shit. The next is basically a big ass store that sells like a lot of shit. And then also in the next, they have like a little section on the other side called Ricky Heaven, which I'll explain later on in the video. But they have everything you need there. Don't buy a lot of shit from the next. Save your money, because they do issue you a $150 card to use at the next, which is deducted from your pay. And and like it sucks. Like, but you know, like I said in the beginning, nothing in this military is free. The only thing that's free is the air you breathe. This fucking room is probably is it may be deducted from my pay. Shit, the galley's deducted from my pay. Like, you know, it sucks, but you know, you just gotta learn. That's why it's better to be as highly ranked as possible so that you can have a plan. But your third week, it ain't really shit. You'll have inspections. Your first inspection, most likely you'll fail your first inspection because you're gonna have a hard ass inspector. And damn, what was our first inspection on? You'll be inspected on your NWs on your first inspection, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you'll be in your NWs for your first inspection. Wait, is it the NWs? Yes, yeah, it is the NWs. You'll be in your NWs for your first inspection. Boots shine, like your boots have to be shine, all that. Your 8 point, I mean, no, you're not gonna wear an 8 point cover now. Your hair your hair is always gonna be cut, so you don't have to worry about your hair. Freshly shaven, shave all the way down here and all that. Military bearing, which is like military bearing, which is like this. Your hand is down on the side, like you're rolling quarters, and you gotta stand like this, doing 1,000-yard stare, and they're gonna ask you a question. They're gonna be like, "What's your first general order?" And if whatever their rank is, let's say they're a petty officer, you gotta be like, "Petty officer, my first general order is to stand my to take charge of this post and all government property review, petty officer." You have to sandwich everything in boot camp. When you do inspections, you sandwich it. Like, if you don't sandwich it, that'll be a hit. 3 hits, you fail your inspection. That's just how it is with everything, because that's basically an unsat. They'll explain more of the inspections. I don't want to get too thorough. I want you to know the timeline of boot camp. The 4th week, we did weapons turnover inspection, which is when you learn about handling a gun. But you know, that first week that first time of handling it, you're gonna be using a little play toy gun, and you gotta learn how to eject the round out the weapon, answer a question, and be safe with the weapon. And around that week, you'll also do your shoot live fire and whatnot. When you shoot live fire, first you'll shoot the simulated gun, which is not really shit, because you know I got sharpshooter in the simulated, which is like laser gun and shit, and you just shoot and they see how you do. But when you get to live fire, it's totally different because the recoil is a little bit more. And you know, some people will shoot an expert in the simulated, and they didn't fucking what's it called, get ranked for the live fire, and it'd be like that. But You'll do live fire around like after weapons turnover inspection, which is week 4 going into week 5. Now, week 5 to week 6, you do your third academic test, and you'll do another inspection. If I'm not mistaken, you'll do there's 3 inspections. Oh yeah, they inspect your cart and your I mean not your cart but your bunk, which is zone slash DMI, and they're gonna teach you about like how to fold your shit, how to make your rack, how to properly fold things. I don't want to tell you all that because it's like that's gonna take up a whole lot of time. So you'll there's the cart phase, the MCA phase, and the FET phase. Carts first, MCA is second, FEP is third. FEP is the final evaluation performance. I don't remember the other two, but you'll have an inspection for each phase, and the better you do on your inspections as a group, as a division, the you can get flags for your division for doing good and stuff, which looks cool, you know, for graduation. 6 week, you'll do your third and final test. You'll what's it called? You'll do what else you'll do? You'll do your final inspection, which will either be in your dress uniform, it'll be in your NSUs or your what other uniform? It'll be in your dress uniforms, which is the white or the blues. The blues are for like winter and the whites are for summer. Or you'll be in your NSUs. Let's see. After that, you'll have a final PFA, and if you pass that, you're straight. So I'm gonna just give you a breakdown. Processing week does not count towards your official training. So it's processing week, then week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, blah blah blah. Basically 8 weeks if you count it. So week 1 is processing. That's where you're gonna be in the Pearl Harbor ship, and that's the processing ship. First week you'll be in your original ship. I was in ship 13, which is Marvin Shields, and that's where you when you get to your ship, that's when you'll start your official training and learning more about stenciling and how to make your racks, how to stand at attention, how to address pay officers and chiefs, and you'll also learn how to address officers as well. And second week is you're getting familiar to the cart phase on how things should be done and whatnot. Also in boot camp, what I learned is not to make a lot of friends in boot camp because you're there to complete a mission to graduate, and you trying to be friends with everybody and shit, it's gonna throw you off and whatnot. Like just worry about getting past everything. Once you pass everything and get near to graduation and you're on track to graduate, then you can be all buddy buddy. But until then, you shouldn't be worrying about making friends at boot camp. You should be worried about graduating. Like that too. And also you will be in a division that probably talks a lot. Some divisions they come together within week 2 or 3. Some don't. My division 1, 3, 4, we didn't come together. We were just basically a bunch of individuals, but we know how to perform. But we was a bunch of individuals. But do not talk a lot. Do not talk in the galley. Do not talk in the P-way. Do not pass notes to females. Do not. It's just a lot of common sense shit. Like everything in boot camp is common sense. If you know not to, like, if they tell you not to do something, don't do it. Don't bring that towards yourself because they will pull out an orange card on your ass. The orange card is the IT card. It's a card that has the worst workouts that will fuck you up. I remember one time we got IT after inspection because somebody was talking to another person and they both failed or some shit. And then another time, damn, I'm trying to remember when we got IT really bad. Oh shit. When we almost failed our drill inspection. Yo, we got IT for like 30 minutes doing 10 counts. They'd be like, get some real estate, pull out the orange card, air chairs, begin. And then they do you have to do air chairs, which is like this, and you're sitting in the air and shit. Yo, IT made me buff. Every division will experience IT shit. You may even experience individual IT. And sometimes you'll get those cool RDCs that only ITU for like sometimes, but you'll get those asshole RDCs that ITEU when they fucking want to. They just walk in and be like, everybody drop, and do push ups and shit. But my whole experience with boot camp, it was a great experience. I learned a lot. Everything I'm doing in A school now, I I did from boot camp. I learned about how to fold things, how to make more space, how to shine my boots and whatnot, and just take everything from boot camp and put it to A school. It's only 7 weeks of your life. It's gonna be hard to begin in a couple of weeks, especially if you haven't worked out or you haven't been in an area where you're like around people that yell a lot and shit. Don't worry, that shit, it ain't shit. Like when you have a mission on your mind and you got some shit going on at home that you ain't worried about, you try to get the fuck out of there. Like you ain't trying to make no friends. You trying to do what you gotta do to get that paper or to get that to get this cap. Now, everybody be asking me about battle stations. I, this guy, I signed a fucking contract saying that I cannot talk about battle stations. I will tell you about battle stations when you become a sailor. I can't tell nobody about battle stations. All I can say is that everything in boot camp that they teach you, that they trained you on, is gonna come into effect. That's all I can say. I can't say anything more. I can't say anything less. Um, Basically, boot camp is just working out, eating right, doing what you're told. Um, what's it called? Inspections, weapons turnover, firefighting, marlin spike. That's just really it. Like it's just those main things that you really need to do to graduate. Oh yeah, and drill inspections. It, Boot camp is easy. Like is from what senior people say, it became easier than what it was. And now that what I'm being told is that they're probably gonna switch it to 13 weeks instead of 8 weeks because they want to add hand-to-hand combat, which will be kind of useful. I'm glad I went through the 8 weeks and don't have to go through 13. But I tried to cover a lot in this video. I don't want to give everything away. I want if you're going to boot camp or you're thinking about joining, just know what you're joining for. Like there's most people in the military joining for money. Most people joining to get away or do. I joined to get away and get my life together. I joined to do something different and to stop hanging around the crowd of people that like to smoke weed and do all that extra shit. And everybody has their reason, but once you get out of boot camp and you actually see a change in yourself, your ideas will change. It may not, it may do, who knows. But before I get off this video and get on with life, just listen. Just listen in boot camp. Don't be an individual. Become a team with people while you're there. Volunteer for a job. If you're E1, the RDCs can advance you to an E2 if you're on top of your shit. You can get advanced in boot camp without waiting. And then also if you learn everything in the depth program and you take your test and pass your first PFA, you get advanced. Like, it's so much opportunity for you to make more money, or you to be closer to becoming petty officer. Like, just take all your resources and use them well. Like, that's just it. Like, you just really gotta want a lot of things. When you want it, you'll get it. They say don't volunteer for things in boot camp, and that you'll be wasting your time. I say if you're at E3, don't volunteer for anything in boot camp, because everything that you do in boot camp stays in boot camp. Like, it's not gonna transfer over here to A school. It's not. I promise you that. It's not gonna transfer to A school. You'll just be wasting your time with it. They even told us that none of this shit transfers to A school. So it's like, you're just really you're using all this time to do all this shit, but it's not gonna transfer. But it is what it is at the end of the day, right? So I'm gonna switch to the A school part now. Being in A school is like a big ass high school. I kid you not. Like, it is like being in high school. Oh my goodness. Like, A school, I thought I was gonna get yelled at and shit. But the petty officers here are really cool and chill but if you piss them off, they're gonna chew you out. They can't IT you or make you work out or anything like that. So here's how A school works. You come after a day. I mean, you come probably a day after graduation on the bus or plane or whatever. They brief you on how shit goes. Then you be in NDOC for like a week to learn about the watches and what to do, what not to do, what to do on Liberty and whatnot. Where's my thing? Okay, this I don't want to show all that. This green, you'll have a red dot for NDOC week, because to get out of NDOC you have to pass a test, which is basically a test on the information. Oh shit, the information in this little guide. So if you read all the information in that guide, you'll pass your test and you'll become a green dot. Now, the ways you can lose your green dot is if you fail a room inspection, fail a PFA, or if you piss off one of the petty officers or the chiefs. Now, they check rooms Monday through Friday throughout the school day. You're at school from 6 in the morning till 4 o'clock in the evening. So that's basically a good 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 hours. You're gonna be in class. You're gonna have breaks, like in the middle around like 11. You'll go to lunch, and the food here at the galley is pretty legit. I can't even flex. It's better than boot camp. Like, the boot camp food was like, ugh. Like, I didn't like it, but the food here, legit. Like, it's the move. So here here, okay. Do not be that guy and be trying to fuck with these girls here at A school. A school is what it is, school. You're learning about your job. If you're at LS, sometimes LS's, we class up on like a regular basis. We class up quick because our school's only 6 weeks. AZ's, whew, y'all take a minute to class up. Like, for real, y'all take a minute. PS's take a minute to class up too. But LS's, we class up quick. But I was on hold, which is THU, temporary holding unit. And when you're on hold, you're gonna wake up just and muster like everybody else, and you're gonna clean throughout the whole day. You're gonna be assigned a job. You're not gonna sit and be chilling in your rack all day. You're gonna be cleaning, or you're gonna be in school from 6 till 4, because Liberty's after school hours. So with A school, my tips on A school, don't chill with people who drink and smoke a lot. Study everything, because with LS school, you have to you have to study everything because a lot of acronyms and stuff. Like, it's very difficult. And if you score the highest percentile in the class throughout the whole class, you get to become an E4 after 4 months at your new command. And that's a big jump for anybody who's an E1 to an E4 if you just study your lessons. Like, study, do good on your room inspections, keep your uniform squared away for your uniform inspections, because the only inspections you have are random room inspections. Like, they can come in your room and check to see if you got any dirt or stuff on the floor. That's why they say clean up every day. Take your trash out every morning, because you don't know when they're gonna come in and inspect your room. Your uniform inspections are every Friday. It's just like boot camp. They check you to make sure you got everything on right. They check if you shave. They make sure you got your hair cut and all that. That's just really it. And then PFAs is 2 laps around, like, it's a big ass 2 laps around, like, the 2 schoolhouses and the 2 barracks. And yeah, you just run 2 big ass laps. It's not hard and it's not easy, but LSA school is chill. Like, on weekends you can do whatever the fuck you want unless you have duty. And duty is when you have to stay in like around the barracks and the hill. You can't go anywhere else on base, or you can't go off base when you're on duty. But if you're not on duty, like how I am right now, you can wear your civilian clothes only if you have a green dot. If you don't have a green dot, you can't wear your civilian clothes. And don't bring a lot of civilian clothes, or just buy a couple outfits at the next on this base. Just buy a couple, because you're only gonna be here for like a month or two. Well, 2 months, maybe 3. It matters on what your school is. But you don't need to buy a lot of outfits, because who you trying to impress? Like, it's fucking stupid. Like, just get a couple outfits and then go on about your business. And really, that's just it. Like, if y'all have any questions, I know I jumped around in this video, but I just, the reason I did that is because, when it comes from boot camp, I'm like pretty lost on a lot of things. I just went through it and just like, fuck it, I don't even want to worry about that shit no more. A school, I'm just chilling here at A school. I'm getting paid to learn about the job. Like, is A school's more relaxed? Just keep your room clean, keep your uniform squared away, keep yourself squared away. Remember, your military bearings still exist at A school. That the petty officers and chiefs may be playful with you, but you keep your military bearing. You don't ever lose your military bearing, because if an officer is walking around and you lose your military bearing, whew, it's not an easy day. But look, this boot camp is an easy day. A school is an easy day. Just be determined. If you want this shit, you gonna get that shit. Like, just stay positive with everything, and you'll get it. And if y'all got any questions, I'll put my email, my personal email. Y'all email me questions, and I'll make another video to answer all these questions. I'll write it down and do it when I don't have class and whatnot. Like, just ask me anything, and I'll be able to make a more constructive video on questions, so that I can know what your concerns are about boot camp, and what your concerns are about A school, what you can do, what what better tips I can give you on everything. Until then, see y'all later.